Mother Saint James, species I do send me the hit me. Of starters, O harm, those because of my father to liberation and nation.
May
May they
they experience happiness with happiness, happiness
heavily.
swiftly, I will
Salvation
establish
to the name
ignorance
of
above
Sabbath, perfect
every
man,
cooked
the
and
bridge
precious
of Buddha.
Buddha.
O Mother Saint James, species to
Demons
do
and
enemies or hit
enemies
me.
who hate me
Of
try to
starters, O harm, and the spirit of Srigas of my father to liberation and nation. May they experience happiness be separate from suffering disably. Always to listen them in this still one surpass perfect complement the precious of Buddhahood. Dala dangwara sebe dra, nobara sebe ge. Tarpa dang dam je jembe barde ju bara seba dam je zo sebe. Mananga dang nyambe semje dam je dewa dang de. Dungara dang dra nyor de lana me ba yang da bara zobe dang jo rumbo je do bara za. Dasanta achieve enlightenment, outperform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Unto death, outperform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, outperform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadam. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excelling order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, the Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. After I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma. And likewise, in the example of a Bodhisattvas, as a previous Buddhas embodied enlightenment, and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish this stage of the path. And the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent. I take refuge unto enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. 觉念自在所见界的乃的三学法没有三个根，大个玛丽的大当觉啦，来大我也当为萨觉我，让波觉被莫兰多大个，亚瓦当觉也觉我松的，天个的涅来来多巴耶。Yarwai gain la rab de zanzelo, derje de na dernye zanje nam, zanje seche we na yubada, te dara jije ye na ma le ba, tamje jarwa da ge ganwaramu, te da nga bai me se jamzo na, yangje ye na jamzo da genji, Yarwa genje yonde rab juje, Newara jeba damje dage do, Medo dambo jingwa dambo dang, Senye nanda isoba don joda, Marme jodan dube damba ye, Yarwa de da lane jubaraje, Naza damba nanda jin jodan, Seme perma rira nyamba dang, Koba che param babe jogenje, Yarwa de da la ne jubaraje, Choba gana lami jaje wa, Eda jarwa danje la yami, Zangbo jula de be do da ke, Jarwa ken la sansaran jubaraje, Deja shedan de mo wangene, le da nga dan de yin ye je ja, de ba da ge ji ba jin je ba, de da dam je da ge so so re ja, so je je ro ge dan san je se, ran je ran nam dan lo da me lo dan, ro ai ge je so nan gang la yang, de da ge je ji se da ye ran, 刚来所见界天中灭道， 上九人巴拉上杰玛迦尼，贡巴德达达给当杰拉，可罗拉那梅巴戈瓦戈，娘耶达瓦拉伊根德达拉，罗瓦根拉宾坚德维塞，卡拉巴伊根德尼尤巴扬。大哥大摩拉杰索瓦拉杰，三者瓦当究竟小瓦当，一色也让果心索瓦耶，给外众生大哥杰萨巴，当杰作贝上就自我，萨耶贝杰索耶没多长。热热冷夜夜的金邦的，当街人拉美的不如我也，若给南大人的结瓦的有，歌颂永作拉美做那拉，是南山上的人也进就，大理龙就南水永夜拉。拉面就跟欧洲扎尔的松古人那们扎拉本咱们咱们扎萨瓦人那萨玛耶I call refuge on the name of the word. Your fame provided 3,000 words. You are Victor Vardjadara with what drop. I bow at the feet of Father Jiti Sungong. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassion and grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of the mind. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Kange loje jimye jindara nyedara namdara sarva yenye dongen je yen se sara nye je doga lungwam zeng Kanda isi pe sung ra ma re men dong dong a re ji se re ro so gen la pe je dar se yen la ru je yang din song ro dar je ro nye mo nye long le je ja ro zhong ze jen ma re men se re dong a re nyu ge je nye jung ze ra zhe na Đô nê đa chên sáp chuyên đar sen yong đen lê dô yar sê cơ chê tra chê đan chô nhê chên chê đa lô men sê rê chô lan đê ong a ra ba sa na đê ong a ra ba sa na đê ong a ra ba ong a ra ba sa na đê 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 ong a ra ba sa na Om Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de Arabazana de No Arabazana de Om Wange Joram, 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 Om You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of ordinary ignorance, are positive before you and the press to Manjushere. Yon Egelen Jangwabo, Yishi Drome Rabdembar, Yelen the Moment Zarwa, Yambar Yang La Zanzardo. Dong ge zou jie yao jie rei zhen zhong yin jie me de dei jie bong jian ba ser jie len bo da ge re ji be ge xia jie jiao bei xia lai ge zan ze dou jian 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 de lo na ro dang mar ba me lai ji jie gang bo ba Amo zheba yarwa indi gongbe Kaju lama nan lai zorwa de Rom enji je yenje bodani Te zong zang je genje ngo wo nye Rang sen ji ge ngong zong dong ze be Sawe lam e jala ge zon zon. Good morning, everyone. Afternoon. So now, so the teaching, and first we go to this Amitabha Phowa sadhana. The yesterday here sharing the Dharmakaya, and we have a Sambhonakaya and the Nirmanakaya, 3 different levels. So right now it's Sambhonakaya transference. The Dharmakaya transference yesterday we shared. So this has the 3 different ways sun. So they have outer level sun and also inner and the secret levels, different suns. When you have a Dharmakaya Phowa liberation. So Dharmakaya Phowa liberation is realizing Mahamudra. And if you practice Mahamudra, and then when we die, and we recognize our own nature during the death pardo. So then called liberation to Dharmakaya is the most important, powerful, actually, the highest level benefit is Dharmakaya Phowa. Now, today, here I'm going to share is called Sambhonakaya transference. This is the form of transference to be explained here on this occasion. Then here is more actually, I think, explain. Also, the practice is this Sambhonakaya transference. I think reason is we visualize Buddha Amitabha, and we visualize ourselves as a Yadam deity. So we visualize ourselves as a Yadam deity is according to different sadhana Phowa. Has a different deity we visualize. And all this Phowa sadhana, main deity is always Buddha Amitabha. But visualizing ourselves is Buddha is according to different sadhana that changed. And the Tigong Kaju Phowa, we visualize ourselves as a Varja Yogini. And in this one, we visualize ourselves as Chenrezek. So anyway, doesn't matter which lineage, when we practice Phowa, we have to visualize the Yadam deity because ordinary form have to transform. And ordinary form is, the main point is conceptual fixation, grasping, dualistic. The form is called ordinary form. So long as we have very strong fixation, grasping, then conscious not possible to transferring. So that's the reason in this teaching, this Phowa is going to more explain here on this occasion is Sambonakaya Phowa. The reason is Phowa, like main point is we have to transform our ordinary body and ordinary concepts. And then we visualize all is a pure place, pure line, and we visualize ourselves Yidam deity, and visualize also front of Buddha Amitabha. So that's the reason Sambonakaya means impure perception is transforming. Then as a son of heaven perform at the sky will be dealt or filled. Okay, filled. The Mahin letter is D, R, E, T. So it's F. Oh, I see. This D is changed to, I don't know what happened. Filled with rainbows, like rainbows and the lights. So good thing is the spelling is wrong. It's not the right words. Okay, thank you. And see, when we have a practice a Sambonakaya Phowa, also when we accomplishment is successful Sambonakaya Phowa, then sun is having performed it, the sky will be filled with rainbows and the lights. So some, practitioners die, and then you can see in the space is rainbows rising and different lights is come to in the space. So that means the person is become, liberate Sambonakaya, enlightened, or, transform to like using the Sambonakaya benefit. The practitioner is, we recognize is have practiced Yidam deity, and who die, who has these rainbows and the lights rising in the space sky, and then that means the disease who pass away, the person has Yidam deity practice, accomplishing Yidam deity practice. As in inner sun, blood or serum will merge from the Burma aperture at the crown of the head, and dew like moisture will appear there. So then the inner sun is the disease body is in the crown of the top of the crown, the body, top of the crown, the body, and the Burma aperture at the crown of the head, and the drew like moisture will appear there. So it's something happening from crown, it's like blood or moisture, some come out from the crown. So that is the, is the inner sun of the liberation. In this teaching, also going to share more detail. So when we die, it's most important is live conscious is our own crown. So live conscious on crown, then have opportunity to liberate. So who practice Yidam deity, then that person, connect to the deity and conscious live from the crown, also the use of the power, transforming right direction. Burma aperture at the crown of the head, and the two like moisture will appear there. The sun part of the head will stir up, and the stem or vapor will rise from it. And then different these suns, rising. Then So this the not just the same as usually people die and different suns rising from the body. So part of the head will swim up or stream or vapor were rising from it. Just below the Burma aperture, hair were far out and the body's heat will be concentrated there. Then the disease so the it's this is the secret sun, right? Hair were far out and the body's heat were conceptual there as a and as okay, so that's the inner levels sun of the for the disease. Outer level is followed by the the weather and the space, rainbow lights rising. Inner level sun, the body has this different suns coming from the body, especially the crown. And just below the Dharma aperture, hair were far out means like some people hair also come out from the crown. So some teachers do the Phowa transformation for the disease and doing Phowa, and then all the hair is come out, and then blood also come out from the crown. So that means that it's a Phowa performance is a very successful benefit to the disease. And some, of course, like who has practiced Yidam deity, they can have without any other happening, they have an opportunity to do this itself. Then as a sacred sun, as many as different types of, relics or the deity, the bodies and the hand implements were manifest. And the sacred sun is in the, the who passed with Dharma practitioner, like someone very high realized Tara practitioner. So that when they die, their body, like, and especially this the skull cup is appear to Tara's form body. And also there's bones, like the many different part of body, the bones also appear to the deity's body. So that's the, secret, the some of the Phowa practice is successful. And that's why some monastery has this is very special object. Why is it called special object means some teachers passing, and then they kept the bones, they kept the skull cups, and there has this deity's images rising, for the body. So that means that person is become a completion deity inseparable. So the suns also appear to in the form body, and especially the bones appear to the deity's images, and the hand implement will manifest. So that's the Sambonakaya Phowa. And then second is Nirmanakaya transference. So for this, you lie down on your right side and breathing through your leg nostril. Then see, usually this is very important when you lay down. We right side is lay down on your right side. If you lay down on your right side, then your night and sleep during that time also very peaceful, and less arise emotions, delusions in during the night time. So if you lay down on your left side, then you can have nightmares and really bad dreams arising. Also in the dream, you have lots of fears arising. In the dream, lots of emotions going on, you know. So that's the reason when we go for sleep, mindfully, we go for sleep, lay down on your right side. And then breathe your right nostril, left nostril, I think. So left nostril, we have to breathe from left nostril. You place an image of Shakyamuni in the lotus bone or similar. Then what is it? Another maybe spelling wrong. DG or Drugur. Similar, what after there? Yeah. Oh, I see. F is become, or is D. My here is okay. Figure. Okay. The point is that Buddha Shakyamuni, Pema Sambhava, any other deities, a figure in view, visualize the deities. So this is just example. You know, Pema Sambhava and Buddha Shakyamuni. If you are Tara practitioner, we have to visualize the Tara. If you are practicing Chinreza, you visualize the Chinreza, Manjushri, any deity. So visualize. This the most important, you know, our ordinary people, you know, when we go sleep, lay down on your right side is really benefit. If for my case, if I don't go to sleep, you know, lay down on your right side, my right side, then if left is, you know, lay down, it's lots and, you know, unpleasant dreams comes. And also in the dream have more fears, something, you know, more samsaric experience rising. And lay down on, you know, right side, go sleep, and the more spiritual connections rising even in the dreams, you know, you night time, more peaceful sleep. So that's it's really big, I mean, the like beneficial, like you, when you go sleep, lay down on your right side. Then when you lay down on our right side, of course, and this is a Nirmanakaya transference. So we have to visualize the deity, think about the deity and go for sleep. If you practicing, you know, Mahamudra, then we think about, you know, like Mahamudra instructions, some sentences you apply in your mind. So that helps us, you know, our minds connect to on the nature, and without any specifically visualize, you know, mind resting in our own nature, for go for sleep, also very powerful. It's more higher, better than this, you know, benefit. But this is a Nirmanakaya transference for more the beginner meditators, so practitioners. That's why, you know, we have to, when go for sleep, lay down on your right side and visualize, or just which deity we have connection, visualize the Yidam deity in our own mind. Then the presence, and then transfer your consciousness through the left nostril. You then generate the intention to appear. So then it's when we do the Phowa, it's you know, if we are going to die ourselves, so we lay down on, you know, on our right side, and then visualize the deity, and you know, our conscious transfer from our left nose. So then you then generate the intention to appear. So we change, you know, supplicating, generate the intention to appear as a Nirmanakaya for the benefit of beings. So we wishing take birth, benefit many other beings. So it's become Nirmanakaya means like form body arising. And even we cannot reach to Buddha Amitabha pure line. And in this one, due to some, benefit others, and then we let go our conscious from the left nose, and then benefit many other beings, take birth to benefit many other beings. So that's a Nirmanakaya, Phowa. Nirmanakaya means taking birth. So point is we are create ourselves is Bodhisattva. This, usually we take birth is due to our own afflictive emotions and the karma take birth. But in this one, aspiration. So aspiration is bodhicitta, and taking birth is called Nirmanakaya, means benefit for others. Not taking birth is ordinary being. So taking birth is a benefit for others, is become bodhisattva. Then also when we do the perform Phowa, some disease, so then also, disease body is, laid on the right side, and then we perform Phowa, meditate, their conscious lift from the left nose, and then, the generate, we aspiration, pray for them to benefit for others, taking birth benefit for others. So that's the way, performing Phowa for others. Also another way possible to different meditation, visualization, and makes prayer of aspirations. As an ultrasound of performing these kinds of transference, there will be clouds or rainbows in the form of the wish fulfilling trees and the rains of flowers were far. Then it's disease, who passing, the success for this Nirmanakaya Phowa, or someone perform Phowa is a success for the disease. Then there has this ultra level signs rising. Ultra level signs actually very similar. It's Sambuddha Kaya Phowa. And you see here it says there will be clouds or rainbows in the form of wish fulfilling trees. And the rains of flowers were far. So rain is coming, rainbow is rising, some, I think nature also reaction. And so that's the ultra level, the successful Phowa practice. As an inner sun, then blood stream or bodhicitta will merge from the left nostril or shimmering drops will appear. So then, inner level sign is the blood come out from the left nostril. Then, so that's blood comes from the left nostril. Also, sign of the Phowa is successful. So it's a body, reaction. Then that blood come out from the left nostril, also called, throne or bodhicitta, will emerge from the left nostril. And if the person is very high realizer practitioner, and then that blood also very important special object too. So that's what I think called bodhicitta, where merge from the left nostril, or churmuring drops where appear. As then sacred sun, the whole skull will remain even what is it, as scare or even after cremation. Okay, so my or is gone. Thank you. After cremation, or the hand implements of the deity or many tiny ringser were efforts. I see. And then after cremation, the body. So they have many implements of the deities or many tiny. This ringser is the relics were effort the body. So many Dharma practitioner passing, and when we do the cremation, body, and then this many deities. I mean, the implements of the deities or many tiny this ringser were appear. So that's the reason usually ordinary people in Tibetan tradition is called scarberry. And then Dharma practitioner, very people knows like very high level practitioner, then they do cremation. The reason is because I think coming many these relics from the body. So I think that reason, they're doing cremation, the more these high level teachers when the passing. So then that's it's called the Nirmanakaya transference. So now we have 3 different level Phowas. The Phowas Dharmakaya is realized Mahamudra, and Sambhonakaya, and who has a very strong Dharma practicing deities, Yadam deities, and then they're just when they're passing and they become inseparable with the Yadam deity. And that's why the body also, and especially the bones also appear to the deity's images. It's called Sambhonakaya, this special, realization, sun appear. And then this Dharma, the Nirmanakaya is appear the relics. That is many tiny ringser were appear. So this most important is a secret level sons. And so then who has relics appear, and then that person has very high realizer and call benefit others. It's Nirmanakaya. And the Sambhonakaya is the body also appear to the deity's form images, because the person's realization is inseparable with the Yadam deity. And then we talked the Dharmakaya sun is these 3 letters, the body read, like yesterday we talked and the sacred sign is a syllable such as Y, R, or blue horn, where apple means that apple and that letters apple. So horn is actually, I think, representative nature. That's why that letters syllables rising in the space. So I think so. That's that's the 3 different sons. This Dharma practitioners Phowa benefit. It's actually Phowa is very, in this case, it's very general, because all the Dharma practices included these 3 different levels of practice. And we doing, meditating Mahamudra also Dharmakaya Phowa. And we practice Yadam deities called Sambhonakaya Phowa. And then we visualize the deity, and the aspiration prayer is Nirmanakaya Phowa. So then the achievement, accomplishment is become in this today what we share is the result. The next one, forceful transference. It is wrong to practice forceful transference. And forceful transference means like, not ready to do the Phowa. And in this one is called the ordinary Phowa. I think we're going to the ordinary Phowa. So using ordinary Phowa, have to do right timing and know all this, we details or how to follow this instruction. Like we have to not learn and have to know. And otherwise, Phowa more beneficial, the more create also some obstacles too. So it is wrong to practice forceful transference. Even if all the signs of impending death are present, you must perform the ritual for deceiving death 3 times. So they have 2 different practices. One is called, we call Chowa, means like you reverse death, receiving, see here says, ritual for deceiving death. And in this one, someone not ready to death because life is no end. Example, life is no end. And due to obstacles, due to obstacles, losing the life. And then the spiritual practitioner, someone has a very high realizer, if there has an ability, they can bring back, the essence of life force. So then, can be free from death. I mean, like that moment, temporarily can be, you can bring back again. So this one, we also very popular practice. Someone really sick, extremely sick, and some teachers performing this, and the sickness person is become recovering again. And so this practice is like in Tibet when I was young, like that time, many families recourse to monastery often and often this prayer ritual. So we create the horse, and the butter created the horse. So same is like Archie horse, we create like that. And Archie is like the image is like changed to example for the something different object there, the holding, the wish for feeling something top there in the horse. And then we put in that in the big bucket of the water, and then strawing, and then the horse goes direction. So you recognize like the performance, like you have to do again or is successful. So sometimes we have to perform in this one many times, because the horse that we create object created by butter. Can you give me Archie's this? So like this, okay. The created by butter actually, and then this Archie is like top is created by another something we pressure object, and this put in the water, and then you strawing, right? It's the water, and then this follow directions, different directions. So, and then also you have to know the person who get disease. sick, who get sick, that person, like year and the month, date of birth, name, all we have to know. And then you can check this course, like follow the different directions, water carry different directions, and then which direction you have to facing. Is go to right directions, go facing, then we finish the prayer there and say, okay, if this goes direction is wrong all the time and not possible to change, okay, and in the waters, right, we using the streaming, right, streaming, like, correct? Yeah, streaming, like put in this top and then this water, falling, carry, and then when the stop, you have to know the sun which direction facing. So sometimes the performance doesn't work, so then we know that they're going to die. And sometimes like teachers have ability to go right directions. So that's the another, I don't know, you heard that is another performing practice for the someone who's really sick and losing the life and any possible to bring back. So receive death 3 times. So they have this one says have to do 3 times to then after 2 is what is it there say loss again this letter 3 times to innate. I say what means innate? So performing, right?
Yeah.
To innate, I think the transference without having performed such as a ritual would be incur the fault of murdering the deities, even in the case of punishment by the state. So if we're not doing that, I mean, and if you do the Phowa, the person still you don't know is really dead. And so then the Phowa practitioners transform conscious, then that is incorrect, a big mistake, wrong practice. I think this is very lucky who say is when I say someone transform my life is I accept, but who performing that person that get negative karma. So because this is the have an opportunity to the conscious transform and get a benefit, but who performing that person create a negative karma. So that's the reason really make sure when you're ready to do the Phowa, have to know. Right now we Phowa is actually in another level, very popular. We doing practice, performing all the time. But in Tibet or another level, it's not easy to receiving. You have to ask teachers, and then they really make sure can do or not. So not easy to accepting performing Phowa. So then, without having performed such as a ritual, would be incur the faults of murderance. It could be that you killing the person. The also not the killing the person. The deities means like the killing the deity means like our body has the deities like 42 peaceful, right? 58 wrathful deities within our body, and all these deities, the killing, someone killing means like we ordinary our level we say we kill the one human being, but in our level there's not only one person killing, there are many deities killing. Because in our, is level we have 42 peaceful deity and at 58, I think, wrath for deities in the followed by the Bardo herring liberation teaching. So then that's the reason, we have to make sure the performing power, but we don't actually, our case, we don't have these issues. Okay, so this is the very high practitioner power. Practitioner have to know. And the reason is we don't have the ability to, someone transform, killing. So then even in the case of punishment by the state means the just also some like illness. I think this is hard. Also, I really don't know correctly, but looks like someone get sick due to the obstacles. Like even the person's really illness, truly suffering, even really strong suffering, but they have to processing through the karma, and also some have to go through that level, and that's why not ready to perform poem is not right. And we get sick, we need surgery, right? So performing surgery, doctors doing something, and the family comes there and say, no, you cannot surgery. Right moment, take off the body, somebody disease or someone, who will get sick. So that's incorrect, right? Similar like that. Then become doctors also really upset. And that's why, and they have to some purification and processing. During that time, we stop that. And also, and here says, so punishment by the state is a thing, is some kind of like, we have to go through that. It's kind of like some gods get punished. Chronic illness or severe pain, no matter what may occur, it is still wrong to perform the transference before the actual. So then this, we really make sure the disease pathway. I mean, the consciousness is gone. And not only human beings, even we cannot do for animals to anyone. So have to go through this thing, like in this case, we have to go through our death, suffering, processing. And that also purification through that. And we don't let go through this processing and then, forcefully transferring is big mistakes. And already mentioned many reasons, big mistakes. So the time for death arrives as it would bring about the transgression of killing deities. So the time of death arrives means coming back, actually not really going to die, if possible to come back again, as it is would bring about the transgression of killing the deities. So then killing the Yedam deities, a negative karma create. So that's why, therefore, even when life is at an end, the transference should not be performed until it is certain that the vital channel in neck has actually been cut. So that's the reason here. So this sun, disease like apple, then we have an opportunity. I mean, like we have to ready to perform power, but other than that, too early. And the sun is like the death sun is here is the setting that the vital channel in the neck has actually been cut. If the lifespan has not been exhausted, and there's still a chance of revival. See, its lifespan is not being exhausted. See, that still is possible to come back. And there is still a chance of revival. The transgression of killing deity, king, and were occur. So that's the reason if during the Phowa is called this force for transferring, it can be, killing the Yidam deities. Deities here means the example deities of the hundreds sublime Buddha families. So all these Buddha families within our body, and 42 and plus 58 is 100 deities. So we have 42 peaceful deities, 58, wrathful deities, the within our body. So then there's 100 deities, within our body. So then that's the reason deity here means the example deities of the 100 sublime Buddha families who reside within the body, reside. Yeah, inside with the body. This is the equivalent of killing them all. So in this teaching is, followed by Tantra, sacred mantrayana. And in the sacred mantrayana, our body is deity's form. And we have these 100 deities within ourselves. So that's why whatever eat is become called soul offerings. And as long as we visualize ourselves as a deity and we eat, it's called soul offerings. So that's the, many Yidam deity practice talk about this, all the emotion is become, we have ability to use the visualize ourselves as a deity, emotion is transforming 5 wisdoms. So the main point is, just it's not talking about outer level. It's called inner level. And Vajrayana, secret mantrayana teaching. And beyond our, ordinary concepts. This is an inner level, pure perception. So that's why this is the clothing of killing them. Thus, to perform the transference at any time other than when the lifespan has definitely run its course will not only be of no benefit. So, and also, see, if I also say some mentions like mistakes, because before I say like someone do Phowa us, could be we go to liberate, but person performing Phowa get negative karma. But in actually, here says right now what means, even disease also go to wrong directions too. Not going to transform to Buddha Amitabha purely. Sorry about that. I did a mistake before there. Then so that has definitely run its course where not only be of no benefit, it will be actually leads to the lower realms. Very danger, so please don't let it do Phowa if, before we die. Don't request that anyone. And this holds the key as to why the forceful methods of transference is unacceptable. As the 4 Vajra sets, Tantra says. So no, the force for transference is not acceptable. not allowed to do that. Then another here also, the quote from this other teaching. What the mentions here says, when the time is right to perform the transference, but to do so at the other times would be dirty murder. And the right timing perform Phowa is great, it's transforming, free from suffering. But it's not right time, it's we already mentioned the force for the transforming Phowa. Then it's other time would be dirty murder means. In this teaching is yesterday, we talked the come from the Karma Chami, I think this one, and he followed by Major Dorje, because Major Dorje, he has many visions of the Buddha Amitabha. And then this teaching also must be, have not they're just saying here, and they have to, how to say, the support strongly Buddha's teaching. Is this what he's sharing is right, truth? That's the reason is for the Vajra Sat Tantra. This Buddha Shakyamuni also already mentioned this. Not only his Raga Achi are saying. So transform, but is do so at the other time would be dirty murder. Then also it is also said same Tantra teaching in the verses of authentic scripture in the chapter on transference. To transfer at the wrong time is to kill the deities. As long as you are alive, practice dharma, and for that long the law of virtue will increase. So, someone transform itself, I think, also, or, someone perform Phowa to passing, then that's, killing negative karma create. The person is living long, they can do more dharma practice. So dharma activities can benefit more others. So that's why in this one has two different ways like recommendation for others. And don't do ourselves as a Phowa, and don't do for others, someone for others, if not to die. It is also said in the verses of authentic, okay, it's already, and for that long, the law of virtue will increase. So person, if it's still longer, they can do more practice of dharma and more benefit others. Then that's a similar. Similarly, also Pema Sambhava says, the precious master of Ordiyana said, and the Karma Chami, he is, what he's sharing is he's, has confidence because it's not wrong, it's right. And he's sharing like Buddha Shakyamuni has already talked this in the teaching. And the Pema Sambhava also already mentioned in here what Pema Sambhava saying, Pema Sambhava says, then earnestly practice the ritual for deceiving death in accordance with the sign of impending death. So even though the sign and the marks of death may be complete, if you were to practice transference without having first performed the ritual for deceiving death, you would incur the transgression of the killing the deity and the transgression of suicide. And the Pema Sambhava here also mentioned very clearly and very low carefully, sign of death. Also, even you see the sign of death, make sure if any possible to, use this ritual for deceiving death. Use this practice ritual for receiving death. Try to get back again. Try to save the life, others, and ourselves. So Pema Sambhava say we have to do that. And if we really not sure is dying, dead, even some suns is rising, but still, good is ritual for the deceiving death. Then you would incur the transgression of killing in the deity and the transgression of suicide. So then, otherwise, we have this create negative karma. Another is we killing the deity's negative karma. Another karma is like ourselves is society, negative karma. If we doing ourselves, is we suicide ourselves. And we doing for others, then we killing others and include the deities. So include also the society ourselves with society with many other deities. So then that is like really create a strong negative karma. Pema Sambhava said transgression of society. This is even then worse than the 5 deeds. 5 deeds is like killing the parents. So there has like 5 deeds is killing the parents and killing the Dharma practitioner like Sangha, and destroy the special objects, and also the doing something try to destroy like enlightened beings. So that's the very they also separating like Sangha and destroying Sangha. So that's the big negative karma creating. And then Pema Sambhava said, that is a very strongest non-virtue, worse. Then this one also the same, 5 deeds also of immediate fruition. Perform whichever general or particular ritual for deceiving death are most appropriate. So that's the reason, we have to perform ritual, and the ritual try to, get back from the other's life, deceiving the death, not the performing Phowa. So if performing Phowa also, that moment is incorrect. If someone already passed 100%, then perform Phowa is not forcing for Phowa. Forcing for Phowa is not ready dead. Then transferring of entering another body. So this yesterday we also share about all the stories, with Marpa Lotsa and his son. It is well known that the right interdependent circumstances that not come together for this teaching to be passed on in Tibet. So, and this one, like as mentioned yesterday, is it is well known that the right interdependent circumstance did not come together. So good, good aspiration didn't happen, and then good condition didn't happen because become obstacle for in this lineage. For this teaching to be passed on in Tibet, like not possible to pass into, Tibetan that time effort to practitioners. It's already gone, this lineage. And, also no any these practice sadhanas exist. And that's why, although the textual transmission exists, there's no lineage of actual practice. There's no lineage of actual practice. Only Marpa Lotsa has, his son has, But then, Marpa Lotsa, when he bring the different teachings, so he's sharing to different students. And then, each student carry the different practice and teachings and benefit others. But this one, Marpa Lotsa give to his son. So his son get obstacle. Yesterday, I share you the story, and he passed away. And then the lineage didn't happen. It's not happening in the Tibet. It's gone. So Marpa Lotsa also recognize this not really can hold because good condition is gone. Then next is ordinary transference. The ordinary transference, even though this is not a forceful transferring, it is still referred to as instantaneous transference. Transference, the forceful transference, but it's a different. Name is the same, but the main point is different. What we share the forceful transference, but in this also name is we said forceful transference. It is still referring, so this using the same name to us instantaneous transference. So the reason is this is instantaneous. That's the reason we call the forceful transference. Name is the same, but main point is totally different. Why we using the words is the same for in this? Because this also instantaneous transference, like spontaneously, very powerful, right moment there. So that's why also calling the name is a forceful transference. As the circumstances of death, then when we're ready to perform this one, as the circumstance of death, which include revenge, water, arrows, piercing, weapons, stockings, and more can arise unexpectedly. When evil fear or panic strike train enforcing your awareness on Amitayos or the precious master of Ordiana at the crown of your head. So in this one, we call the forceful transference, and we have to make habituate this transference ourselves. So the reason is we don't know when we're going to die. And we don't know when we die is like die in the peaceful in the bed. Could be happening anything. So that's why in this one is also another way to preparing for death. So another way preparation for death is so see when we don't know when we die as the circumstance of death, which includes rivers, water, arrows, piercing, weapons, stock and more can arise unexpectedly. We don't know when we die, which death, cause come. Can be die and accidentally, right? Can be die in the car, train, or different transportations. Can be die, earthquake, can be die, we have different natural disasters rising. So we don't have to mention every names. So many different ways, natural disasters, and so many causes of death. So that's why can arise unexpectedly. We're preparing something, we think, okay, I have to die this way, that way. We're preparing, but usually death is unexpectedly coming. No one really can organize managing for our own death. When your fear or panic stricken, train in forcing your awareness on Amitayos or the precious master or dhyana at the crown of your head. So the main point what here says, we visualize so Buddha Amitabha on crown. So the Pema Sambhava or any deities always think about in the crown. Especially when you get very strong fear rising from your mind. And then that moment recognize we have fear and visualize then Buddha Amitabha, Amitayos. So here it says Amitayos. So Tibetan it says Amitabha. So I think just anyway same. And visualize on crown of your head. So that's is truly benefit and helping. The reason is see whenever fear or panic sticking train in arising from our mind, forcing your awareness on Amitayo or precious master of Odhyana. And when we get fear rising, emotions rising, sadness, something when rising, always visualize on crown the Buddha Amitabha and Pema Sambhava and other deities in the crown. So then when we get this, unpredictable death rising, so possible, ability to, we can liberate. If we get a car accident, like it's very strong fear rising, the moment you can visualize, you can use your awareness, forcing your awareness on Amitayo or precious master or Odhyana. If we create that karmic imprint habituate, then possible we can do that when death comes. This death is like accident, different ways death comes. We have ability to do that. So that's why this is for another specific for the practicing for the control, mind and liberating. So the doing this continuously will ensure that if zero as life, threatening circumstances should occur all of a sudden. So see, if you we create that or we should suddenly see threatening circumstance should occur of a sudden, then you will direct your consciousness to the crown of your head through the force of habits, because due to our created karmic imprint habituate. And your consciousness will exist there. So it's through the consciousness live from the crown. The precious master of Odhyana said, directing your intention towards the Guru at your crown as of inconceivable value. So Pema Sambhava also mentioned, saying is always, focus on crown and visualize deities on crown, always think about gurus in the crown. So that habituate karmic imprints strong. And when we have, unpredictable death rising, so we have, ability to liberate. So conscious go through the crown, and then it's called liberation door. So that's why this is another way to very, benefit and powerfully benefit. So this one is maybe some even not create this habituate, could be maybe not that useful, but some generally is very useful, powerful. And this we create a karmic imprints like death is become unpredictably dying, right? It's become useful. And then even we die, I think, in the bed, and no one can do for us, but we cannot do perform anything ourselves. So there's, instructions says we can focus our own Chrome. So conscious have ability to live Chrome. So that's the usually teachers already mention about this a lot. Then for the ordinary Phowa, so I think we leave today ordinary Phowa, the four ordinary transference, and then right now we go to the Mahamudra, Genje Mahamudra. So for ordinary transference is another, the mean, right now we performing all the time, we practicing is ordinary Phowa. And then that section is coming. Then this ordinary transferring has, due to the different lineages, teachings, has slightly, different ways of visualizing. But always the main point is always the same. Just Phowa is like we cannot do through the strong conceptual fixation level. And must we visualize ourselves as a deity, letting go all the conceptual thoughts or fixation. We have to release that and then use the Phowa performing. So now we go into the Genje Mahamudra. So yesterday we shared Genje Mahamudra. So yesterday we didn't talk much, right, in the Genje Mahamudra. I think. Okay, page 21. So therefore, renounce and relinquish worldly activity. Having cut through the bonds of attachment, aversion to people and the place, meditate alone in forests and mountains retreats. Remain there in a natural state of no meditation. So this Mahamudra is called no duality. And in the dualistic states, then we say we meditate. But no duality is called no meditation. So you really cannot do anything in the, conceptual way. And we have to let go that conceptual is called, that's why it's called no meditation. And when you be in the meditation, your mind is in the natural states. Then it's nothing to do there, nothing to meditate, nothing to do, no any effort there. So that's called the beyond the conceptual meditation. When you attain no attainment, so we reach to that is called no attainment. The reason is just we discover what we have, always with ourselves. Then that's called you attain Mahamudra. And in this, the language, when we sharing, is actually contradiction to the relative level. This is because it's absolute truth, non-conceptual. This language is actually contradict to the conceptual, words and thoughts. Then sense involvement in worldly efforts is the meaningless causes of suffering. And it is without any essence. So we do lots of the worldly activities. We do different ways of worldly activities. When we take birth to enter, die, so we have do so many different ways of worldly activities. So this all worldly activity is, without any essence. Look at the essence of the atomic meaning. So the atomic meaning is we have to look to truth, absolute truth, not the dualistic, not the delusion. Delusion, not any essence. And that's why we have to find looking into, truth. the truth essence of the ultimate meaning. The intellect cannot see that truth or what is beyond the mind. And then intellectual not possible to recognize in its ultimate meaning and the truth. So the five senses cannot reach to this essence of the ultimate meaning and the truth. Mahamudra is beyond our five senses. So that's why five senses is the intellectual way. So the intellectual cannot see the truth of what is beyond the mind. And that's why you will not find the truth beyond action by means of deliberate action. And this one is very powerful and beautiful, Telopa, he's sharing. And how is he, performing in these instructions to Naropa. So the intellectual cannot see the truth, and also you will not find the truth beyond action by means deliberate action. So we put effort and, try to find through our action or deliberate. So deliberate action, not possible to found, knowing that true beyond is cannot find true beyond action by means of deliberate action. To know what is beyond both mind and effort, cut through the root of your mind and rest in neck awareness. So then how can we see that this true meaning? And then here the main point is cut through the root of your mind. We have to cut through means cut all the thoughts, emotions, or the concepts. We have to cut. And then mind and rest in neck awareness. Mind have to rest in the neckly, means no subject and object, no thoughts. It's resting, it is in true nature states. So this sentence, if you have memorized, it's really helpful when you meditate. So you say to know what is beyond both mind and effort, cut through the root of your mind and rest in neck awareness. You only chant this one, cut through the root of your mind and rest in neck awareness. So then you apply awareness, looking into your mind, and all this conceptual is cut. When you meditate, you have to memory this sentence. Some sentence is very powerful during the meditation. So you mentally bring that sentence in your mind, and then you use awareness can go directly into your natural state. And without this support, when you meditate, thoughts arise, very hard to stop again. And then you recognize you have thoughts, you read this cut through the root of your mind and rest in neck awareness, and you can be in your nature, meditate again, go back to your nature. And allow the water minded by thoughts to settle naturally, without affirming or negating what arises. Leave it as it is. When there is no acceptance or rejection, appearances are liberated into Mahamudra. And allow the water, minded by thoughts, to settle naturally. We know like water is dirty, so many dusties. You want to become clean water and you don't shake. You don't try to do anything. Just leave, and then naturally your water is become clean. If you try to do something, then all this dust is become mix up again with the water. So you cannot do the clean water. So that's the same, you know, when we wanted to release the thoughts, emotions, and you try to stop and forcing, and then you create more thoughts and emotions. That's the reason without affirming or negating what arises. So no any rejecting, accepting thoughts, emotions, whatever rise, let it rise. You know, no rejecting, no accepting. You know, don't follow, and apply awareness, recognize, and just mentally, if you can, read the cut through the root of your mind and rest in neck awareness. If you apply that in your mentally, you're naturally into your mind nature again. So when you do that again and again, then when there is no acceptance, rejection, appearances are liberated into Mahamudra, then all the thoughts, emotions, appearances, whatever rising, you know, release itself. Liberate into Mahamudra is called liberate itself. So we don't have to do you know, anything to go away thoughts, emotions, and cut or this. We don't have to do anything. Naturally release itself. The same is the cut the root of a living tree, and it's hundreds of thousands of branches and leaves whether likewise by cutting the root of the mind, the foliage of samsara will dry up. So we know, so like, you know, cut the root of a tree and all the trees, branches, leaf is everything is die. So same is like, you know, cutting the root of the mind. So cutting the root of mind means use our awareness, look directly into mind and resting in that state. All the conceptuals, all the phenomenal, you know, appearances, everything is cut in there. Otherwise, you say, I want to let go my business problems. I want to let go, you know, my and family problems. I want to let go my, you know, someone saying me something, I try to let go. So you try to do that with is endless, never going to end and finish. So that's why, and just mind go directly into resting nature. And then all the thoughts, conceptuals, negative, everything is release itself. So we can liberate ourselves in that state. Then cutting the root of the mind, the foliage of samsara will drop. Samsara is delusion. So you use mind for awareness, really looking into your nature mind, and then you peacefully stay in that nature, and all this delusion is gone. So that means like samsara will dry up, you know, cut there already. The darkness of 1,000 eons is dispelled by the light of a single lamp. And so many lifetimes we have delusions. So we create so much karmic imprints, delusion. And when you see your own natural mind, all this delusion is gone, dispelled. You know, so that's we recognize it. When we have so much delusions, thoughts going on, you meditate, your minds use awareness, you know, seeing your minds, be in this nature state. Moment all the delusion is gone. And eons delusion is gone. So that's why here says, you know, darkness of 1,000 eons is dispelled, the light of a single lamp. Likewise, the luminous clarity of mind instantly dispel negativity and obscurations and mess over eons. And then the powerful is like many negative karma also purify. This also called purification too. And we create so much, you know, negative karma many lifetimes. It's very hard to purify that. Then this is the highest level, absolute truth purification is using awareness, nature states, go into the nature states. All this are also many eons negative karma also purifying. Then, of course, delusion also stopped. Aeon's delusion also stopped there. If you are of lesser ability and cannot abide in this state, so we are like beginner practitioner, we cannot be in the natural state. Then what we have to do, you should hold the key point of the wings and exert yourself in stabilize awareness through various gadgets and methods of forcing the mind. Persevere until you abide in awareness. So that sentence, the verses is called relative level again. We cannot really go into absolute true nature states. And then we have to go back to in the relative level. In the relative level, then we have to practice, this mindful meditations and try to make sure mind is stable, can control the mind. And then we use the shamatha, meditations, mind resting with the object, focusing with the breath, holding the breath, and use different exercise, using the support. Different support we're using when we meditate. So as long as we use the support when we meditate, that's always called relative level. And we have to do that because the point is we cannot into state, true natural state. Is not ready there, or is maybe not stable. Then better is like we put the more, create a more foundation, strong foundations for the absolute true, meditation. So that's why, key points of the wings and exert yourself in stabilizing awareness. Through various gadgets, using different gadgets like object and methods of focusing the mind. Persevere until you abide in awareness, until you, knowing our own true nature and becomes unstable, we have to apply. When you look into the middle of the sky, so now it's mean teaching is going into the Mahamudra. So this is introducing, our mind. When you look into the middle of the sky, it's like you just look to space in the sky. Fix the concepts of center and boundary where cease. You really cannot see the center or edges, space. You really cannot find. They don't have boundaries, no any center and no edge, where cease. So that's the example. Likewise, when mind looks into mind, so when we meditate and use awareness, the awareness looking into our own mind, thoughts cease, or thoughts is gone. And you see the nature of mind. We can see the nature of mind. So, the look to the space. When we look to the space, we see we cannot find anything. In the sky, like fixed concepts of center and the boundaries. Where cease. Similar, same. We really looking into our own mind, and then thoughts cease, and you see the nature of mind. Thoughts is all going to dissolve, drop into nature, and then we're seeing our own mind nature. The mist and the clouds dissolve into the sky. So we know, so like clouds, dust is many, this pollution is dissolving into the sky. They neither go nor remain anywhere. So we don't know where they goes, where they remain anywhere. And like just think about like your where you live, and then you just think about yesterday's so cloud raining, but today's beautiful shining, sun shining, no any rains, no the clouds exist. So we see that moment we don't know where the clouds goes away, and it just dissipate. So likewise, the waves of thoughts arising in the mind, and and mind subside when mind sees itself. So then thoughts, emotion is rising from mind, but that means like when mind is deluded, then thoughts, emotions rising. So mind is being into the true nature state, and then the thoughts, emotion, or is becomes subside when your mind sees itself. Mind seeing itself on nature, thoughts, emotions release itself in the nature state. So that's very clear when we meditate. Starting meditate, we have a lot of thoughts going on, and then 20, 30 minutes after minds become resting, the thoughts, emotion, whatever we rising is just gone, dissolve, subside the mind. Mind sees itself, mind really seeing its own mind, and all thoughts, emotions dissolve into there. So then as this transcendent color and the form is changeless and not trained black or white. So we know the space is like beyond the color and the shapes. And so we cannot paint white, we cannot paint black in the space. The same is like, we create negative karma, then the negative karma not really go into the natural mind. So, negative karma also not reach to in the nature. And if we create a positive karma, also not really transform, change anything, our nature. So, that means like the samsara or this our activity or that creating samsara's delusion, habitual karmic imprints, that's not really reach to the affected to the nature. And the relative level, they are obstacle, but in absolute level, they are not reach to their level. So we cannot paint anything in the space, white and the black same. So your own mind is beyond color and form. Unstained. See, this is like negative karma cannot be stained. It's unstained. But like the dark phenomena of good and evil, see, good karma, negative karma, cannot, stain to this nature. Nature is always unstained. So then I think we finish it there. Okay. So yeah, we can finish it there today. So make sure we stay this today. Next, we ask the brilliant, clear essence of the sun. So we're starting from the Genji Mahamudra. And now we go to dedication. Lord Yen Jang, the Loba, Naroba, Marba, Malareba, Dharma, Lord Gambo, Amotoba, Lord Gomba, please bestow upon us most auspicious blessed work Kajulamas. By this virtue may achieve emanations by defeating all enemies confusion. May all who traverse on the ways of birth or the edge, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where it is unborn as it arising, where it is born as not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray your Dharma activities are refined wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri, the Vero realized the automatic state, and as did the Samadha, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three Kayas, by the blessing of the true one changing Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I bear fruit. By the virtue collected 3 times by my 7 all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner row of virtue, may I all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed perfect, complete and precious enlightenment. Meditation will get a digong parana chiro examination, Lord of Dharma, master interdependence, continue increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, until end of the samsara. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Thank you, everyone. Right.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Everyone. Netherlands. We are in Netherlands. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Okay, so that
感恩上师，感恩师兄，
谢谢
谢谢，
感
谢谢，谢谢，
没
拜拜了，拜拜了，
让
谢谢
我
师兄，
阿弥陀佛，
后人是谁？
谢谢，
谢谢 Frederick，
仁波切啦 Thank you,
teaching.
everybody. Thank you.
上师吉祥如意。
Obrigada. Muchas gracias, Khenpo.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Gadoma.
Thank you. Hi, Gadrama Chan. Thank you for being there. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
That was unbelievable.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait. Okay, go ahead. Say goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Debbie.
That was wonderful, children.